Well, welcome back to the show. Do you have things that make your bucket list? Interested in sidestepping regret? Our next guest is known for her very funny memoirs, and in her latest project, she commits herself to reaching her lifelong goals and checking off things on her bucket list. She's in town promoting I Regret Nothing. We welcome New York Times bestselling author Jen Lancaster back to Virginia this morning. Jen, I have been so excited to see you since I knew that the book was out and started reading it. Welcome.
I love you guys. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Welcome back to Richmond. The book just made its debut on the 5th. How are things going?
So far, so good. People really seem to be connecting with this. I'm not 100% sure why, and I just need to make sure I duplicate that in the next book.
That's right. Keep it fresh, but do the same thing.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a good strategy to work on. In this one, I Regret Nothing, you have started this bucket list. What prompted you to this point? How did you get here? And how tricky is it to determine what's going on this list?
Well, this book came very organically because it was a backlash to the book that I did before this. The previous book was The Tao of Martha. I spent a year of my life living by Martha Stewart's dictates, and that really kept me in the house to the point my husband said, you have to go somewhere. You have to go somewhere and do something. I ended up going on this girls' weekend with my friends to Savannah, and there was an incident that you'll have to read about that was so spectacular, I decided to start a bucket list specifically so I could cross it off.
When I'm reading the book, it really is like having the conversation with the best friend that you hope that you have. It is so funny. For you, it just comes naturally.
I always think that I'm funny. That anybody else does is really a bonus. That makes me happy. I think that maybe why people connect is I'm able to verbalize the things that they are thinking. For example, I wrote this Facebook post a few weeks ago after losing my mind over the Lilly Pulitzer for Target sale. Yeah. And what was going to be a small complaint turned into this 5,000-word diatribe about me being up all night and standing in line and running wearing a cast. And I had 10,000 people on Facebook like it. I think the thing about me is when I do dumb things, I share them, and people think, it's not just me.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's my thing.
It's definitely a shared experience, because as I was reading about this trip to Savannah, this girls' trip, we're planning one for this fall. I mean, it's literally like I'm reading the experience.
Are you going to Savannah?
It's one of the places we're considering.
It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot, and just if you get a spray tan, you will sweat it out. Just FYI, learn from my mistakes.
Okay, so it's a guidebook of sorts.
Sure.
A lot of great advice here. Each stop that you're making on this tour, promoting the book, you have a bucket list challenge.
We've done some neat things. The first event was get a tattoo, temporary. We had a henna artist there. Last night, the challenge was tell someone you love them, and there was this Air Force officer who had written the most beautiful letter to his wife. And I read it, and it was just a great big surprise to her. There's been like a treat yourself bucket list. So every stop is different, and it's been a lot of fun.
It's really neat because in reading the book, I thought, you know, I want to do that. I'm sure a lot of people have reached out and said, you know, I've always meant to start this bucket list. So how does it feel to have this be an inspiration?
You know, I like it. It really makes me happy. And I think a lot of doing this addressed some things in my life that were bothering me. For example, I live right by about 100 miles of bike trails, and every day these bikers would whiz past my blind driveway, and I would get mad at them for the first 3 years. And it finally occurred to me they're not doing anything wrong. I think why I'm upset is, why am I not doing this? Why am I not taking advantage of these bike trails that my tax dollars paid for? So it was really about stopping thinking about doing things and starting actually doing things, because I think that taking action really is the key to keeping regrets at bay.
Yeah, the tricycle story, by the way, is really one of my favorites, and so you have to get the book and read that one. But the couple that you have listed traveling to Italy.
That was a big deal because it was something that scared me so much. What's neat about a bucket list item isn't just doing it and crossing it off, although I find that very, very satisfying. Going to Italy was months of planning it and thinking about it and considering it and researching it, and then just the anticipation of being on the flight. So there were so many good things about it. And once I went there, I never wanted to go anywhere before, but coming home now I want to go everywhere. People say that travel broadens you, and until I actually did it, I had no idea, and now I want, seriously, everywhere.
Want to go everywhere. Well, how does it feel now that you're out of the house again promoting this book? Because you kind of are going everywhere.
It feels good, but I'm afraid that my husband is going feral. I just get these texts from him. Last night's text was, I went to the grocery store, I bought shrimp and ice cream. What do you want me to do with that information? Like, I don't know how to interpret that. Good? I don't know.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
A lot of challenges. Tomorrow you're going to be back in Chicago?
Tomorrow I'm doing an event in Chicago, and then I am on the road again all of next week and part of the week after that.
What does the bucket list challenge involve tonight? Do we know yet?
I'm sure we do. I don't remember. Tomorrow is adopt a rescue dog.
Oh, well, you've already done that.
Oh, no, tonight is awesome. I forgot. Tonight is learn a new hobby, because one of the new hobbies that I came up with is putting paint on furniture and then selling it to rich women at a gallery. I'm a big fan of that.
That's about where I am in the book. It was starting to crowd the basement, so I'm glad to see that it's, spoiler alert, she's going to get rid of it. Jen, thank you so much for being with us. It's so great to have you back with us. Come on out and enjoy Jen Lancaster's bucket list party for her new novel, I Regret Nothing, presented by Fountain Bookstore tonight at 7 p.m. at the Cultural Arts Center at Glen Allen. That is a terrific location. It is a ticketed event. For more information, head online to our website, WTVR.com/VTM. Jen, we certainly wish you very well.
Thank you.
Safe travels, and come back with us when the next book is out again.